Okay, hey y'all. Serious talk time. I mean, well, maybe not serious because I'm not a very serious person, but I at least want to get seriously. I at least want to get other people's opinion on this because we had a very, very long discussion in sociology class about this yesterday, and it got my gears to turning more than they normally do. And I was like, you know what? This is a pretty plausible topic to actually sit and talk about. So, what we were talking about was people and being different cultures and things of that nature. Somehow we got on the topic of African Americans or black people and how people who are from Africa and come to America don't like people who are coined African American because, the people who are born in America and then title themselves African American. So, firstly, let me just lay a foundation and a basis on things on where I stand on the entire situation. Or, better yet, let's start off. This is not going to be a history lesson. We all know how black people got here to America. We all wrote papers on it and did research and bullcrap that we didn't want to do about it. So we all know about slavery and things of that nature. So no need to get into that. However, here's the get you gotcha of it all. Basically, some people, I'm using that term some because it's not all people's views from Africa, but the people who come to America from Africa believe that the people who are born in America and use the term African Americans to describe their ethnicity are basically insulting them, basically, because we're not essentially from Africa. We're from America, and then we just throw African behind it because we're black. So here's my thing. I, for one, don't identify with being African. Like, I'm not sure if that sounds really, what's the word I'm looking for, selloutish. But it's, trust me, it's not to be. I'm totally down for the black race, and I'm voting for Uncle Obama and stuff like that. I'm in. However, I'm not from Africa. I've never been to Africa. The most of Africa I've seen is on a goddamn map in the back of a geography book, and or like on the big maps in school when they like pull down the drawboard and there's a big map. Other than that, I don't know much about Africa to actually, and I don't study Africa like some people. I'm just not. It's not something I do. So I can kind of understand the frustration because for me, if I was like let's say, if American as an American, if well, they'll still be considered African American. Let's just like completely scenariolize this. If you are in the sandbox crew and the swing set crew comes to your sandbox and consider themselves the sandbox slash swing set crew, I would have an issue if I was part of the sandbox crew. Like, y'all ain't from this spot. Y'all not from here. Y'all from the swing set. Does that make sense? So I can kind of understand frustration, but here's the thing: not all of us sit around and sit and say, "Well, look, I'm African American. I walk around with my little thing wrapped around my head and my hair natural and stuff like that." Because some of us don't. I embraced what I know since I was born 22 years ago and a couple of months and some change. So I can embrace my African side, even though my ancestors from way back when came over here in the slave trade way back there. I know that. My ancestors are African American, but I am American and I'm black. And you won't hear me say it often, but I am. So that's why on like applications and stuff, I choose other. And on the right day, I might put Pacific Islander just to, throw the employer off. But I always put other on stuff because there's no spot for just black or American slash black. There's like Indian. I could put Indian sometimes, but because of my skin tone, I can get away with Indian, but I can't put like I can't rightfully say I'm African American because I'm not from Africa, and I feel like it can be an insult because I don't know what it's like to live in Africa, and we deal with the some people who are in Africa deal with the poverty level and stuff like that. I don't know that struggle, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I do. So I can kind of understand where it comes from. So I want to know what you guys think about it. I believe I'm American Black or Black American or Pacific Islander on Tuesdays. So let me know what you guys think. What is your ethnicity? What do you identify with? If you're American or Korean or Arabic. I'm sorry. I always say that wrong first, then I get it right the second time. Japanese, Chinese, Mexican, Latino, Puerto Rican. And that's another thing I would love to know about. Like, seriously, not being funny in any way, shape, or form. I'm actually putting my serious face for this. I want to know the difference between Mexican, Latino, Spanish, and Puerto Rican. Because I've been told there are differences between all four of them, and people will get offended if you use the wrong title when it comes to any four of those. So I want to know the difference. So if you know, let me know. That was a serious question. Don't be cackling and shit in the down below bar. I really want to answer that question. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think. I want opinions. I want feedback and things of that nature. Who do you identify with? And do you think it's offensive? Because I can slightly see a reason to get offended. Like I said, don't come to my sandbox talking about some you the swing set sandbox crew because you ain't. So I can kind of understand it. So let me know in the down below bar. That's it. It's hot in here still. I want to sign everybody going. All right, y'all. Peace.